The ship, two teams that struggled en route to losses in Week 1, arrive in Alabama looking for their first ever SFLm win in Week 2. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Birmingham for Week 2 of the Simulation Football Minor League. Alongside our producer, Cameron Irvine, statistician, Raska Santagria, and my partner, Mike Improda, I'm Tim Hackett. Thanks so much for joining us wherever you're joining us from. Hey, it's only Game 2, but still an important game for these two teams, Mike.
Yeah, buddy, this is going to be a battle. Two teams in search of their first win for sure. The Boise Mud Dogs, despite their loss at San Jose, I thought their defense played well. But they're going to certainly need to generate more pressure on the QB. And on offense, if they can find a little more balance and avoid third and long, I think they'll be successful. For Birmingham, their offense struggled last week. They only scored 6 points on 2 Nico Cappuccino field goals, and their offensive line had trouble giving up 5 sacks. They're going to need to do a better job protecting QB Ben Stone, and they certainly need to improve on third down, only going 3 for 13 against Ottawa, and that simply won't get it done. For me today, Tim, that's the key to victory for both teams. Third down conversions. The team who gets more has a great shot to win. I'm ready to go. Let the show begin.
Well, it's time to raise the curtain, Mike. Neither of these teams were very good on third downs last week, and as you say, that is generally a big key to success. A pair of teams coming into this week at 0-1. The Boise Mud Dogs on the road against the Birmingham Fuel. Birmingham will get the ball to start. Plenty of storylines, lots of bragging rights at stake, and above all, a critical chance to collect win number 1 in this 8-game season. It's Game 2 of Week 2, the SFLm, and we are underway from Birmingham. Will receive to start off. Here comes Riley Quintero, the kick returner on the kickoff from Sammy Steele. Birmingham will start off 1st and 10 from their own 25.
Yeah, really looking to see the changes that Adam Weissman has made on offense for this Fuel team. I know last week he mentioned that they had a few drive-killing plays that were plays he wasn't 100% sold on. So let's see what they could do with their playbook as they come out here on 1st and 10.
Of overstating the obvious, this game could be critical important for the outlook of the season of both of these two teams. On first down, they'll hand it off to the tailback, Micah Dillon, and he is stopped for a loss of 2 on the play by Digger Graves, the outside linebacker.
Yeah, great job by Digger Graves. He knows that Micah Dillon, this is his first game. They want to get him involved early, and they were all over that.
Good call by you, Mike. If you don't know by now, this league, when there are 2-star running backs or 2-star quarterbacks for that matter, the teams will cycle through the starters week to week. So Micah Dillon gets the start at tailback this week for Birmingham. He'll get the handoff here on 2nd down and 10, or 2nd down and 12 rather, and he gets near the original line of scrimmage before he's stopped by Clay Jones and Gary Marks. This linebacker trio for Boise are fantastic, perhaps the best trio in the league.
Yeah, Gary Marks and Clay Jones. Marks led Week 1 with 19 tackles at San Jose, and he's already off to a great start.
Times maybe switching up those starters could hurt a team, but maybe it'll help Birmingham this week. Carl Martinez was good last week, but not great. On 3rd down and 10, they'll have to pass. Ben Stone, the quarterback, looking towards the far sideline, and the pass is dropped. It was Zach Lay on the far sideline. He couldn't haul it in 4th down.
Yeah, 4th down and 10. Boise knew that it was a passing down. They put in the 6 DB, and now they'll get the ball back early on a nice 3-and-out.
Defense here to start for Boise. We mentioned those 3 linebackers, Gary Marks and Digger Graves on the outside, Clay Jones on the inside. It's a really strong threesome. All 3 of those guys are inside the top 15 in terms of linebacker ratings. No other team in this league can say they have a trio quite like that. So Taylor Benjamin will come on to punt for the first time for the Fuel. Good pressure on him from Boise. Return man is Matt Iorio for the Mud Dogs, and he is stopped right at the 35. Maybe they'll give him forward progress a couple of extra yards past that, but they will give him out to the 38, and that's where Boise will set up shop with their first drive of the day.
Yeah, great job by the Birmingham special teams. No return. I know Robert Garrett, as he brings the Mud Dog offense onto the field, is looking to get Spencer Gordon the opportunity to throw more. Let's see if they use his arm on 1st down.
Boise's offense is headlined by their star running back, Fox Highwind, and on 1st down, the give is to Highwind, and he gets a gain of 6 before he's stopped by the linebacker. Check that as the safety, Roger Law, number 40 in the dark, and a good gain of 6 on 1st down for Highwind.
Yeah, great job by the offensive line opening up the hole for Highwind. They'll take 6 yards of carry any play.
The best rated players in the SFLm. Fox Highwind got off to a really good start last week and then slowed down, and that's an understatement. 2nd down and 4 here for the Mud Dogs. Just underway here in the first quarter in week 2. Spencer Gordon to throw, has a man wide open on the near side. It's caught by Charlie Sweets in the first down of the afternoon on a nice link up.
Yeah, good protection by the offensive line. Gave the opportunity to Charlie Sweets to run his route. He stopped on a dime, and Gordon hit him.
About the offense here for Boise. Got a good look there at Spencer Gordon, the quarterback. Wide receivers Mark Martin, Charlie Sweets, and Matt Iorio. Fox Highwind is the tailback. Delaney Nash is the tight end, and Bill Cherry is the fullback. Fresh set of downs from midfield. Gordon runs to his right. Now he'll throw back to his left, looking for Highwind, and he's stopped in the backfield for a loss. Nice pressure by David Horrell, the top linebacker for Birmingham, and a loss of 2.
Yeah, great job by Horrell. I thought when Gordon stepped up in the pocket, he might be looking deep, but he dumped it off to Highwind, and David Horrell was all over it.
To the 3-star linebackers on the other side for Boise, but David Horrell is as big of a star as they come from the linebacker spot here for Birmingham, one of the top-rated backers in the entire minor league. Loss of 2 on 1st down. 2-back set here for Boise on 2nd down. Gordon will fling it over to the far side. It looks like Cherry this time out of the, check that is Highwind, 49, not 45. And he picks up 3 on 2nd down.
The field defense coming out and really shutting down anything that Gordon is looking to do to go deep. All he had was Highwind in the flat, and he was able to manage a gain of 1.
Menor is the star offensive lineman, lining up as the left tackle here in the Boise yellow. 3rd down and 10 from midfield to pass. The pass is caught for a 1st down by Corey Mustard, the 3rd-string tight end, and Boise moves the chains.
Yeah, a little mustard on that hot dog, Tim, as he came across the middle for the slant, and Gordon was able to hit him for the 1st down.
My bad there. It's 82, not 87. It's Virgil Dent, the backup wide receiver. My bad there. But either way, it's a 1st down for Boise. Spencer Gordon getting everybody involved. He hit 6 different receivers last week. All of them had at least 2 or more receptions. And that time he gets Dent for a big gain on 3rd down. Boise out into enemy territory for the first time. From the offset eye, the give is to Highwind. He'll try to run behind the center. He's got nowhere to go. Marlon Marshall, the tackle for no gain.
The Juice from Belton, South Carolina, busted through that line and made a nice play to hold Highwind for no gain.
Tackles including a TFL for Marshall last week. Ian Horrell and Lorenzo Washington, the linebacker threesome here for Birmingham. No gain on 1st down. From the pistol and a 2-back set here for Spencer Gordon. 2 wides out to the left and 1 to the right. Gordon to throw. You look towards the far sideline. The pass is tipped and intercepted. Going back the other way is the cornerback Bob Funk out near midfield. And Birmingham stops Boise in its tracks with a pick by Bob Funk, his 1st of the season.
Yeah, great play by Funk on the tip drill. He was right there at the right time. The cornerback, number 29, made a nice play, and Funk was there to pick it off. The Fuel looking to come back here and build some momentum on that turnover.
Tipped up by the nickel corner, Ronald Ryan. He's the backup free safety. He plays a lot in the nickel spots for Birmingham. They run that 5-back set a lot, and he tipped it up. Funk brought it down, and Birmingham will take over from their own 44. Under center is Ben Stone, 2 backs behind him. Gary Marks pressuring the line, the handoff to Micah Dillon, and a big hole up the middle for Dillon. 1st down and more, a pickup of 13 for Micah Dillon.
Yeah, nice play right up the middle by Micah Dillon on the fullback dive. That's what Adam Weissman wants to see out of his running game.
Block as well by Alex LeGrove, the fullback. Let's reset the scene and tell you about this Birmingham offense. Got a good look there at Micah Dillon, the week 2 starter. There's a look at Ben Stone, the quarterback. Wide receivers Beth Horrell, Riley Quintero, and Zach Lay. And the tight end is Benji Matson, fresh to the team this week after joining from Albuquerque. Fresh set of downs, the pass is dropped and intercepted. Back-to-back interceptions. This one's taken away by Thomas Smith, his 2nd interception of the season already. And Boise answers their interception with one of their own.
Yeah, the native out of Detroit, Michigan, picks up his 2nd interception of the season. And it looks like early on, these 2 teams are playing a little nervous on offense, and the defenses have come to play the game today.
Stone had Riley Quintero open on an out route, and he hit him in the hands, but Quintero dropped it, and Thomas Smith takes it away. Had a pick last week in the loss for Boise, and takes that one away, his 2nd pick already, and now Boise will start. First down and 10 from just outside of midfield. Spencer Gordon under center from the I formation. Gordon back to pass. He'll fling it over to the far side to Fox Highwind. Highwind has nowhere to go. Dropped for a loss of 2. Forward progress made him, prevented him from losing even more yards, but a nice stop on first down by Gary Marks.
Yeah, Gary Marks was all over that. The Fuel secondary is doing an excellent job downfield covering the wide receivers. Didn't give much for Gordon. Highwind did all he could to get back to the line of scrimmage, but the Fuel wasn't having any of that.
Apologies, it's Jarrell Winkler, the safety, not Marks, the linebacker, who plays on the other team. We'll get it right. Second down, the handoff goes to Highwind, and he bashes it up the middle for a gain of 5. A nice way to get back on schedule, I guess. A nice gain for Highwind.
Yeah, Highwind, the number 1 ranked running back out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, doing everything he can to get the ball moving forward.
50 yards on the ground last week, Mike, and almost all of those came in the first quarter. 42 of them came in the first quarter, in fact, and he's off to a really good start here in the first quarter for the second straight week. I need to see if he can keep his stamina up throughout the game. Gordon to throw on third down. The pass is hauled in down the seam. Pass was behind his target. It looked like Martin, and Martin reaches, or check it, it's Sweet, 16, not 15, and Charlie Sweets with a nice catch to move the chains.
Yeah, nice pass by Gordon, threading the needle. He fired that in there to Sweets, and they picked up the first down.
Sweet catch, hey, Mike. The bucket for Charlie Sweets, and Boise moves the chains and into enemy territory again. First and 10 from the 36. They'll pack the house, and Birmingham jumps off sides. That's not going to cut it when you're trying to get back onto even territory in this short season. It'll be a free 5 yards for the Mud Dogs offense.
Yeah, certainly penalties won't help this defense slow down the Mud Dog offense. James starting to get a little bit too jumpy on the line. I know he's anxious to introduce himself to Spencer Gordon, but he's got to wait before they snap the ball.
About the rest of the defensive line here for Birmingham, you just got to look at Finley James, not the look he wanted you to give, or he wanted you to have, but Vernard Patterson is the other defensive tackle, the top-rated D-tackle in the league. The hands of Richie Cincinnati and Joey Schwintz. On first down and 5, the give to Highwind, and he is stopped for no gain. Lorenzo Washington, the middle linebacker, on the tackle.
Great job by Washington, powered through the line and made the hit for a loss.
Backfield, this is the best named backfield in the SFLm. Calling it right now. The corners, Bob Funk and Rain Rie, and the safeties, Gerald Winkler and Ralger Law. Second down and 5 from the Birmingham 31. Gordon back to pass, has time, has a crosser, and the pass is tipped, dropped, and intercepted by, looks like Rie for Birmingham. It is Rain Rie, the corner, on the dropped pass from the tight end, Corey Mustard. Birmingham takes it away.
What a play by Rain Rie. Great concentration. I thought Delaney Nash was going to make the one-handed catch, and Rie coming in from his cornerback position, making the diving interception. Nice job to stop the Mud Dogs.
With the presence of mind to get back up after the interception and starts a run because he wasn't touched, and Harry Housen, the left guard, was the only guy who was able to stop him and prevent him from running even further. 3 interceptions in this first quarter. We only saw 1 in our game last week, and this is a bit of a different game as we expected from these two teams that struggled on offense a week ago. Birmingham back with the possession, and Micah Dillon gets the carry on first down, and he is tackled for no gain by defensive tackle A.K. Jones.
Yeah, great job by A.K. Jones to step up into the hole and make the tackle for no gain, Tim.
After Gordon threw a pick last week, so did Ben Stone, and they've combined for 3 in the first 7.5 minutes of this game this afternoon. Boise packs the box here on second down and 10. Birmingham will hand it off, stretch right to Dillon. Dillon breaks the tackle and gets a nice gain of 7 before he's taken down from behind by middle linebacker Clay Jones.
Great job by Micah Dillon. Thought he was going to be taken down in the backfield, but great strength to make something out of nothing. Picked up 7.
Jones, Gary Marks, Digger Graves, the aforementioned awesome linebacker trio here for Boise. The defensive line is A.K. Jones and Gary Burney on the interior, Buggy Mosley and JoJo Shalizzi on the outside. Third down and 3 here for the Fuel. The handoff to Dillon, breaks a tackle, powers forward, and gets a first down. Drags Clay Jones down for an extra yard, needed 3, got 4, and the Fuel moved the chains.
Wow, Micah Dillon looking very strong carrying the ball. The native out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina, making his presence felt here in Game 2 during his first start.
Got a really strong start to the game. We mentioned Cairo Martinez was decent but not fantastic last week for Birmingham, and they'll get a look at Micah Dillon for the first time here in Week 2. 5 wides on 1st and 10. Stone to Pat. Has a man on the near side. It's caught by Beth Horrell, and she is brought down by a pair of defenders. And a nice gain for Horrell, her first catch of the game for the top wide receiver for the Fuel.
Beth Horrell, also out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Stopped on the dime, made a cut to the outside, and Stone put it right on the money.
6 catches for 58 yards, including a 16-yarder last week for Horrell. She's got the best agility and hands in the class, one of the top-rated wide receivers in the league. Get used to the name. 2nd down and 5 here for Birmingham as these teams try to get a drive together. They'll hand off to Dillon. He's cut down. Nice tackle by Gary Marks. The league leader in tackles stopped Dillon for no gain.
Yeah, Gary Marks, he's ready to play. He wants to add to that league total for most tackles in week 1, and he did a nice job there.
Just a ridiculous stat line for Marks last week. 19 tackles, 12 solo, 7 assists. All of those led the league in week 1, and he's got one there. 3rd down and 5. No drop for Stone. Pass over the middle is caught by Riley Quintero, and Birmingham moves the chains. Nice link up, a gain of 8 on 3rd and 5.
Certainly, great recognition by Ben Stone. He saw that the linebackers were playing a little further off, and Quintero found the opening for the 1st down.
Quintero had just 2 catches for 33 yards in the loss last week, and a nice pickup. He'll head over to the sidelines. Birmingham now across midfield, I believe, for the first time as we continue to tick under a minute here in the first quarter. 3 men in the backfield and Ben Stone directly under center. 1 wide receiver out wide. Delayed handoff to Micah Dillon, and he's got nowhere to go. Boise was ready for that one, and Nick Rhodes, the strong safety rather, comes down to put on the finishing blow. Helped by Ricky Thornton.
Great job by Nick Rhodes. He saw 3 in the backfield. They read the run, and Boise stopped Dillon for a loss of 3.
Is the top-rated strong safety in this league, joining a pretty solid defensive backfield here for the Mud Dogs. And you got to look at Ricky Thornton, one of their corners. 2nd down and 13 after the loss. They'll fling it out to Dillon coming out of the backfield, and he's stopped for no gain. Digger Graves once again leading the pack and brings down Dillon by himself.
Yeah, Digger Graves, nice job. Both of these defense are playing strong today, and Boise Mud Dogs really making it difficult for the Fuel to move the ball. 3rd and 12.
That's the end of the first quarter already. 0 combined points, 3 combined interceptions, and we've got ourselves a dogfight. You're watching the Simulation Football Minor League on YouTube. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us wherever you're listening from. Tim Hackett and Mike Improto here with you from Birmingham, a matchup of 2 0-1 teams that are trying to right the ship here in week 2. 3rd down and 12. Big play here in the first half, you get the feeling. 5 wides for Ben Stone's got all day. Pump fakes once. Now he'll launch down the left sideline looking for Horrell, and the pass is incomplete. She couldn't quite drag her feet in bounds. It was a decent throw from Stone. Good coverage, and Birmingham will have to punt.
Yeah, Stone tried to sit in the pocket as long as he could, but he felt it collapsing, had to get rid of it, and Horrell just couldn't break out of her route soon enough, and unfortunately had to throw the pass away, and they're going to be punting again.
It's definitely the target that Ben Stone wants to find on 3rd down and long, but it was decent coverage out there by Rosca Santagria, the top corner for Boise, and so Taylor Benjamin will come on to punt here to start off the second quarter. Decent punt here. Fair catch is signaled for and made by Matt Iorio at the 15. You're new to the SFL, you want to know what you're watching? I'll tell you, it's the Simulation Football League. It's the first controllerless esport, allowing you, the viewer, to participate in all the action on the field without a controller in your hands. Visit simulation.football for details on how to get started with a team and in the league. Hashtag make an impact. Happy to have you along here this afternoon. No scores. We're just underway in the second quarter. Spencer Gordon back under center for Boise. Offset eye and a couple of tight ends and 1 wide receiver out wide to the right. Fakes the handoff to the fullback, and now Gordon will throw back to the fullback, and the pass is dropped, batted away 3 times, and Gary Marks, or check that, it's Rolger Law, or Gerald Winkler, 3rd time's the charm, and he couldn't quite pull it in for Birmingham, and it falls harmlessly incomplete.
Yeah, dangerous there as they tried to dump it over the middle. It went off the receiver's hands, and I thought the linebacker might come away with that one.
We should have, but alas, it's another drop. We've had 3 combined picks, as we say, and we could have had some more. 2nd down and 10. Birmingham showing blitz. Gordon the give to Highwind, and he's stopped for no gain. Lorenzo Washington, as well as another linebacker or 2, are in there on the stop for Birmingham, a loss of 1.
Yeah, Tim, looks like we have a defensive battle on our hands. These defenses came to play today, and they're not letting anything happen on the ground.
Really a surprise, I guess, when you look at the offensive outputs for these two teams. They're both bottom 3 in the league in pretty much every offensive category. It is just after 1 week against 2 solid opponents, but take that for what you will. Another third down and long here for Boise. They'll fake the handoff to Highwind. Gordon has time, has a man crossing, and the pass is dropped by, looks like, Delaney Nash. And check that, it's Bill Cherry, the fullback. My apologies there. And either way, the pass is going to fall incomplete.
Yeah, Tim, that's why this is the SFL minors. A lot of work that you can see that needs to be done here. Even the receivers, the fullback coming out of the backfield, dropping passes. It's just not going to get it done. Needs to catch on to that one. I'm really surprised. I thought that, Boise might come out throwing a little bit further downfield, and now they're punting again from their end zone.
Comes Cameron Collier, who's brand new to the team, just signed by Boise this week. High punt, fielded at the 50-yard line by Quintero, and a nice stop to limit Riley Quintero to a gain of 2. Checking out the chat, somebody says, I've just tuned in. Does anyone have any positive yardage yet? And hate to be this tongue-in-cheek, Mike, but it doesn't feel like it, does it?
Well, I think we can only go up from here. So with the great field position that Birmingham has, hopefully we can get some points on this drive.
Eric and Robert say in the previous game, they're playing the long game, right? So Boise playing the long game here, or maybe Birmingham is they're going to get good field position from the opposing 49. This is the best starting field position for either team, and on first down, the handoff goes to Micah Dillon, and he will run left guard, and a nice pickup on first down, give him 6, stopped by the cornerback, Rosca Santagria.
Yeah, as you mentioned earlier, Tim, both of these teams struggled to run the ball last week. Birmingham only totaled 62 yards in the ground, while Boise totaled 60. And right now, it looks like Micah Dillon is the best offensive player on the field.
Pretty good so far to start here for Birmingham. Picks up 6 on first down. Boise packs the box. They'll give it again to Dillon, running left tackle. And a nice tackle on Dillon made by Digger Graves. Usually plays on the left side of the defense, flexed around to the right, and stopped Dillon for a gain of 2.
Yeah, great job by Dillon as he sidestepped the guard as he was pushed back into the backfield, picked up 2, and this third down seems to be more manageable than what they've had on their first 2 series.
As deep in enemy territory as Birmingham has gotten all day, and third down and 2 coming up. Stone takes his time, calls an audible, snaps it with 12. The handoff to Dillon with the guard leading the way, and Micah Dillon powers forward for a first down. All 3 of those gives were to him. Dillon needed 2. He gets 6, and Birmingham moves the chains.
Why fix it if it's not broke? Keep giving it to Dillon. They're moving the ball. They're getting themselves into field goal range, and hopefully they can keep continuing with this positive drive.
A strong drive here, and it's a really strong game so far for Micah Dillon, former baseball player moonlighting here in the SFL minor league as a football player, and a good start to his career. On first down, they'll give to Dillon again, and Boise was ready this time. No gain, stopped by the defensive end, Buggy Mosley.
Yeah, Buggy Mosley out of Morristown, New Jersey, had a cup of coffee with the Chicago Wildcats up in the Pro League, and he's ready to play.
I wonder why you shouted out the Chicago Wildcats, Mike. Good team, I'm understanding.
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad.
No, not too bad. Decent team this year. Mosley was quiet last week, had only 1 half tackle, but he gets a nice solo tackle for loss there. A loss of 1 for Dillon. From the I formation on second down, they'll hand off to Dillon again, and Micah Dillon barrels forward, picks up what he lost and a whole lot more. A gain of 9 on second down before he's stopped by Earl Garland, the backup corner. Another third down and short coming.
I really like this kid, Micah Dillon, out of North Carolina, Tim. He's making his presence felt. He didn't get to start this last week, but he did this week, and boy, is he making the most of his opportunity.
It'd be good for Birmingham. They have to cycle running backs. That's a good thing for the league, but it's good that they have an opportunity to see what Dillon can provide. Maybe they'll go to him again. They do on third down and 2. He picks up 4. They keep feeding the beast, and Micah Dillon provides.
Yeah, he's taking the ball for every play, and 2 first downs. They're on the 24, and now they're in business.
Absolutely. This is by far the best offensive drive that we've seen out of either team so far. And there's a look at the stats for Ben Stone. He hasn't really had to do very much because Micah Dillon has dominated the ground game so far, at least relatively speaking. 8 in the box here for Boise on first down and 10, ready to load up against the run. Here comes the run. They'll give to Dillon, running stretch from the left to the right, and he stopped for a gain of 5. Another nice pickup on first down, brought down by Nick Rhodes.
Yeah, great job by the fullback, Alex LeGrove, to open up that hole. Made it easy for Dillon, and he followed right behind him for a gain of 5.
Grande is the star offensive lineman here for Birmingham, and a welcome addition to this team. They did not have a star offensive lineman last week, and that's part of the reason why they gave up 5 sacks. One of the highest totals in the league a week ago. And they'll run it again here with Dillon, and he's blown up. Nice tackle. Dillon picked up 2, and then he stopped. No more forward progress. Thomas Smith flying in out of the backfield.
Yeah, Thomas Smith flying in is correct and gave Dillon a huge hit.
2 safeties for Boise could make them a force in this league. We already talked about Rhodes being the top-rated strong safety. Smith not too shabby. He's already got 2 picks on the young season and a really nice tackle there. 3rd down and 2 from the Boise 15-yard line. Stone's going to pass for the first time in a while. Has a man near sideline. It's caught. Zach Lay with a nice catch, and he stopped inside the 10-yard line. 1st and goal for the Fuel.
Yeah, great awareness by Zach Lay. Knew they only needed a couple yards to pick up the first down. He cut his route short. They threw the pass to him. He made the play, and Boise's on the 10.
Solid receiver, the number 11 rated wide receiver in the class, at 4 catches for 40 yards a week ago. Nice time for his first catch. 1st down and 10 from just outside the 10, it looks like here for Birmingham. Stone to throw, going far sideline. The pass is tipped incomplete. He was looking for Horrell. Nice coverage by Chad Couch. The nickelbacker tips it away.
Yeah, great play by Couch to step in front of that pass. I think if Beth Horrell was able to catch that, she might have had a really solid opportunity to put up 6.
6'6", 235. She's got great hands, like we've already said. Great agility, best in class agility, in fact. But it was just better defense by Chad Couch, who's only 6'1", reached out and swatted it away with the right paw. 3 wides and a tight end here for Birmingham. 2nd down and 10 from just outside the 10. They'll go back to the ground, and Dillon is blown up. Nice tackle by Clay Jones. Blows through the right guard and stops Dillon for a loss of 3.
Yeah, Clay Jones off the left side with the linebacker blitz. Saw that the handoff was going to Dillon, and he blew him up.
Marks had 19 tackles a week ago, but Clay Jones had 11, all solo last week. That's one of the best totals in the league as well. 3rd down and 13 here for the Fuel from the I formation. Deep drop back here for Stone. Has time, has plenty of time. Now he's going to step up, and the time runs out. Took way too much time, and Buggy Mosley and a couple of other defenders were there to bring down Stone for a loss of 5.
Yeah, great job by Buggy Mosley to get into the backfield and put pressure on Stone, but equally a good job by Stone. He could have thrown it. He could have tried to make something out of nothing, but he'll settle for the 3. Good discipline by Stone to give his team an opportunity to get on the board.
They had moved so deep in enemy territory, it will still be a relatively easy field goal coming up here for Nico Cappuccino. Clay Jones in there to help bring Ben Stone down on 3rd down. And so Cappuccino, who hit both of his field goals a week ago, will set up shot. Michael Melton, the backup quarterback, is the holder. Snap is high. Melton gets the snap down, and the kick from Cappuccino is good from 35. And after 3 total interceptions in the first quarter, we've got our first points of the second quarter. Another 3-pointer made by Nico Cappuccino.
There you go, everybody in the chat room. Something positive. The ball moved forward. We have 3 points on the board, and I'm sure Adam Wiseman and the Birmingham Fuel are happy to take the lead.
A lot for Adam Wiseman to look at here, Mike. You pointed this out to me this week. It was a great observation. And Adam Wiseman is doing this all himself. There are a lot of teams in this league that have 4, 5 coaches. Wiseman is doing it all himself, so he can try to learn the ropes a little bit here, and he's got himself a 3-point lead. More on that in a second as Birmingham kicks off. Matt Ariorio is the return man, fields it at his 10. He's got a huge wall in front of him, and he breaks through the initial hit and gets out to the 29, and Boise will try to set up there. But a lot of work for Adam Wiseman to do, but a good opportunity for him to learn.
Yeah, Adam Wiseman choosing to fly solo and leading this Birmingham Fuel team. He only lives about a mile and a half away from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, so it was pretty fitting when he was named owner of the Birmingham Fuel. He's the only coach on his staff. He runs the offense, he runs the defense, and right now he's doing a heck of a job.
Side Boise has 4 or 5 coaches, so just really 2 different philosophies, and we'll see which one comes out on top here today. Mud Dogs will throw on 1st down, and the pass was knocked away, incomplete. But we do have a flag on the field. Juice Marshall was in the area, and there's going to be a pass interference penalty, I do believe. It is pass interference against Birmingham. Goes against David Horrell, the other outside linebacker.
Yeah, I just got there a little bit.
See what Boise likes to do. Go ahead, Mike. Sorry.
No, Horrell trying to play aggressive, trying to get the ball back for his team. Just got there a little bit too early, and he was flagged.
This drive 13 plays to go 28 yards before Cappuccino hit a field goal from 35 yards out. That's the scoring so far here in the first half. 4:20 left in the first half. Boise will start off now from their own 35 after the penalty. That helps things out a little bit. Highwind is the tailback. Snap is low. Spencer Gordon fields, and the give to Highwind. He runs right guard on a nice pickup on first down for a gain of 7, tackled by Washington.
Yeah, great job by Boise to recognize the blitz. They gave the draw to Highwind. The tackle, the big man, number 76, Butch Menner, 6'3", 310 pounds, created a nice hole, and Highwind picked up a nice gain of 7.
The star offensive lineman on this Boise team, and a nice block from Menner to help pave the way. Birmingham will stack the box here on 2nd down and 3. Boise will go back on the ground to Highwind, and he powers forward for a gain of 7 right out to midfield, and the Mud Dogs move the chains.
Yeah, it looked like the same play up the middle, the halfback dive right behind Menner. He's doing his job in the trenches, and Highwind just needs to hit the hole, and he's picking up nice yardage up to midfield.
Had a perfect game at all for Fox Highwind, but better than last week. Again, he got 50 total yards on 25 carries. That is 2 yards per carry. Math even I can do. They'll fake the handoff to the fullback, and now Gordon to throw over the left seam, and the pass is hauled in. Nice link up. It's Iorio, or check that. That's 87. Corey Mustard. We've been calling his name all day, Mark, and now, or Mike, sorry, and now they've got Corey Mustard involved.
Well, that's what Robert Garrett's looking for. He wants to see what Spencer Gordon can do with that strong arm, and he hit Mustard right in stride.
And last week, Gordon was able to swing the ball around, hit 6 or more different receivers. Everybody had 2 or more catches, and already they're diving deep into the depth chart with Mustard getting his first catch of the afternoon. They'll give the handoff to Highwind, and he stopped for no gain.
Yeah, Juice Marshall getting in the backfield, and he's on top of his game today, Tim.
Linebacker core for both sides have been really solid. Love the nickname Juice, the former arena football player. He's a South Carolina native and played for the Upstate Dragons, which used to play in Anderson, South Carolina. So they folded in 2018, and now he's moonlighting in the SFL. So another guy with some football experience. Spencer Gordon, a drop back on 2nd down, looking down the right seam. The pass is tipped and incomplete, looking for cutting Charlie Sweets. He's hit from behind by safety Roger Law, and the pass flutters to the ground.
Yeah, great timing by Law. I thought Sweets had the advantage, but Law made up some ground and was able to knock the play away. Good athleticism by Law.
Still haven't heard anything out of Mark Martin or Matt Iorio, the other 2 wide receivers here for Boise. And as we said, Spencer Gordon has been able to dip deep into the depth chart and hit some other guys with connections. Nothing so far for Martin and Iorio, 2 of his top 3. 3rd down and 10. We'll see what Gordon looks through here. 5 wides. The pass is floated and caught. It's Charlie Sweets again, and he will waltz into the end zone. Hookup of 20-plus yards, and the first touchdown of the afternoon from Gordon to Charlie Sweets.
Wow, great recognition by Spencer Gordon. That's called execution, Tim. When all 11 are working together, taking care of their assignments, positive results are going to happen, and Charlie Sweets comes up with a big TD catch.
20 yards. That was a huge pickup for Sweets, and Charlie Buckets gets it done again with a 6-pointer from deep. A nice connection out of nowhere for this offense, which had been sputtering a little bit, and a nice pickup for the touchdown.
Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. Every time I hear Charlie Sweets, that's who I'm thinking of.
Charlie Bucket, man, that's him. And he picks up 6, the first touchdown of the game for either side. Matt Blanton is the holder for the left-footed kicker, for Sammy Steele, Snap down, hold down, and Steele's kick is up and good. First touchdown of the afternoon. Gordon to Sweets, and Boise takes a 7-3 lead. Birmingham will look to respond. Offense has woken up a little bit here in this second quarter, Mike, after all the interceptions and all the punts and early turnovers in the first quarter. Both teams have been able to move the ball.
Yeah, nice job by Boise taking it all the way down the field, and certainly wanted to forget what happened in the first quarter. I think they came out a bit conservatively, but after the 2 turnovers, Gordon's settled in nicely, and Sweets with a great corner route, finding the end zone.
Far the best drive of the day for Boise, ends up in 7, and a decent return for Riley Quintero. Birmingham will start off 1st and 10 for the 27. 2:25 left until halftime. We will have all 3 timeouts and, of course, the 2-minute warning to work with. From the 27, Stone under center, 4 wides, and Dillon is the tailback. Boise will bring 9 into the box here, including a couple of extra safeties. Stone to pass, has a target wide open down the left sideline. It's hauled in by Beth Horrell, but not a great throw by Stone. Horrell has to falter. Check that, that's 86. Derek Chance, the third-string tight end, had to reach back and haul that one in.
Yeah, nice play by Chance. Stone put the ball a little bit behind the third-string tight end. Made a nice play to come down with that catch.
That will take us to the 2-minute warning. Birmingham did not rush the issue here, and so 2 minutes left in the first half, and a tight ball game in Birmingham. You're watching the Simulation Football Minor League on YouTube. Appreciate you joining us here this afternoon, wherever you're joining us from. Tim Hackett, Mike Improda, with Rosca Santagria helping out on stats, pulling double duty. Shout out to you, Rosca. Thanks so much. And of course, the ever-present producer, Commissioner Cameron Irvine, thank you for all the work that you do to put all these games up on the air. 2 minutes left in the first half. Stone to pass, has a man over the middle. Pass is caught by Benji Matson. Welcome to the Fuel. They move the chains.
Yeah, Benji Matson just a week ago was playing free safety for the Albuquerque Adams, Tim. Their tight end left here in Birmingham, and Matson's finding a nice home with his first catch. They call him Benji the Destroyer out of Omaha, Nebraska.
Love it. And the Destroyer with a nice pickup down the seam. Birmingham moves the chains. Clock running. 90 seconds left in the half. Short out route. Pass is caught for a gain of 5. That looked like Horrell out there on the far sideline, and it was. They get 5, and Birmingham will run the no huddle. Trips out to the right here. One to the left for Stone. Short drop. Stone launching it down the right seam, looking for Horrell again. And the pass is caught all the way out to the 35. Magic for Beth Horrell.
Soft hands by Horrell. Great catch to put that one up.
Ricky Thornton down the right seam. Stone to pass once again from the 35. He's hit as he throws, and the pass falls incomplete. Nice pressure from the outside by Buggy Mosley, the defensive end.
Yeah, great first half so far by Bugly Mosley. He's been in the backfield all day long, and Ben Stone's starting to get to know his name really well.
A day last week for Mosley, as we mentioned, the number 4 rated defensive end of the class, the pride of Morristown, New Jersey, and he's been a lot busier here this afternoon. Clock stops with 1:03. Birmingham does still have all 3 of its timeouts. From the 2-back set, Stone in the shotgun. Takes the snap, surveys, looks to the far sideline, and it's picked off. The defensive back was wide open, and he breaks the tackle. It's Santagria. Rosca Santagria to the 30, and he's going to beat Ben Stone to the house. A pick 6, the 4th interception of the game by both of these teams, and this one goes for 6.
Wow, Rosca Santagria right in the middle of the play. Not really sure what Ben Stone was looking at. I think he made the decision a little too early to let it go. Santagria picked it off and took it back to the house.
2 receivers over there. One was the fullback LaGrove, and the other was Horrell, the top wide receiver. We know why he was looking for her, but Stone did not get anywhere near enough under it, and Santagria waltzes the rest of the way for a pick 6. We have seen just about everything so far this week, Mike. 4th total interception, 2nd thrown by Stone, and our pal, Rosca Santagria, takes that one to the house.
Hey, good things happen to good people. When Rosca Santagria is putting in the work, it's certainly going to pay off.
He's going to offer to help out on stats during his own games more often if this keeps up. Don't want to pull back the curtain too much here, but shout out to you. And the PAT from Sammy Steele sails through once again. And all of a sudden, we've got some offense in this game. Back-to-back scores from Boise, and once Birmingham was moving down the field, it looked like they were going to be in prime position to score. Rosca Santagria says, no dice.
Great job by Santagria. Great interception, great awareness, and that was all him taking it back for the touchdown.
50 seconds left in the half and 3 timeouts, so time still left here for Birmingham to perhaps get back into field goal range, if not more. They're going to need a good return. Here comes Quintero, breaks through the first hit and gets out to the 28, and that's where the Fuel will start. 1st and 10 now with 46 seconds left, but there's time. They have the timeouts, but this Birmingham offense, like we said, Mike, they really struggled last week. Fewest points scored across the league, only 6. 2nd fewest total yards. 3rd fewest rushing yards, 2nd fewest passing yards. We're going to have to break something out here to get into field goal range.
Yeah, they're certainly going to have to pay attention to the clock. It'll be interesting to see how they use their timeouts in the plays that Adam Weissman can call.
To Dillon on 1st down. He's been their most successful weapon so far, and a nice gain on 1st down. Pickup of 13 on the stretch run to the left, and Birmingham immediately calls a timeout.
That'll work. If you're not having success through the air, give it to Micah Dillon, and he'll pick up 13 for you.
Really solid game for Dillon. Being asked how big is Rosca, he's 6'1", 218, and that's what it says on the roster at least. And a nice pick for him to give Boise this 11-point lead. Birmingham stops the clock with 41 seconds left in the first half. Download the ScoreStream app and follow your favorite team for live scoring updates. When you aren't able to catch a game live, you can follow just your team or the entire league, the first eSport league, on the app. Good game here. You can follow that there or right here. Thanks for joining us wherever you're joining us from. 40 seconds left until halftime. Stone will fling it out towards the near sideline. Has a man coming out of the backfield. It's Dillon. He breaks the initial hit and he stays in bounds. He couldn't shove Nick Rhodes over the sideline. The clock will run with 30 seconds left.
Yeah, I thought he got out of bounds, but the clock keeps ticking.
Stone will throw over the middle. Has a man. It's Quintero. Nice link up there, and Birmingham will immediately call a timeout. 2 nice gains on this drive. One for Dillon, one for Quintero, and Birmingham is out to the 35.
Yeah, number 88, Beth Horrell, hustling through the middle of the field. A dart, and that was a great play. They're in business.
By you, Mike, I should have known. That was Horrell, not Quintero. Not sure what I was looking at, but it's a nice gain for Beth Horrell, their top wide receiver. She gets them out to the 34. Birmingham now has 1 timeout left and 20 seconds left. Plenty of time here for the Fuel. Field goal range here for Cappuccino. Going to need a little bit more to help him out. 2 wides, 2 backs. Deep drop for Stone. He's under pressure. He'll throw down the middle of the field. The pass is tipped and incomplete. Looking for Matson, the tight end. And the linebacker, Digger Graves, got his paws on it.
Yeah, Digger Graves out of Killeen, Texas, made a nice play to step in front of that one. If that had gotten through, that would have been a last-second touchdown for Birmingham.
Benji Matson told you, Mike, that he wanted to be a tight end, was stuck playing safety last week, and gets his opportunity there, but better defense by Graves. And here's an interesting look. They're going to bring out Cappuccino with the ball on the 34. This is going to be a 51-yard field goal with 15 seconds left in the half. We'll see. Snap down, hold down, and the kick from Cappuccino is up, and it sails through. Cappuccino drills it from 51 yards. A new career long for him, and Birmingham gets back to within a score.
Wow, what strength in the leg on Cappuccino. 51 yards. Nice boot.
11 seconds left in the half. Figure Birmingham could have taken one more play, if not 2, to set that up, but they get 3 points out of it in the end. And Boise's primed to get the ball back here. They still have all 3 timeouts left. Kickoff from Cappuccino. Iorio waits, fields at his own 5. Has a convoy of blockers ahead. Iorio looking to make something happen, cannot. Great special teams work by Birmingham, stopping Iorio at the 26.
Yeah, a little surprised that Adam Weissman, with 1 timeout and 15 seconds left on the clock, decided to bring out the kicker that soon. I thought maybe they might have a couple of shots to take at the end zone, but he's satisfied with the 51-yard field goal from Cappuccino.
As you and I have already learned, Mike, and as longtime fans of the SFL know, it's tough to predict this league. What can Boise do with 7 seconds left and all 3 timeouts? Gordon will fake the give to Highwind. Now he'll throw it short. The pass is caught by Highwind, and Highwind starts to run backwards, and that's going to be the end of the first half. Not quite like we saw at the end of the first half last week between Annapolis and Madison, Mike. That's a gain of 0.0 to end the first half. 14-6 in favor of the Mud Dogs.
Yeah, despite the score, a lot of action back and forth, a couple of turnovers, a couple of nice runs. Both teams, I feel like, are starting to get their energy. I'm looking forward to an exciting second half. The
rushing yards, it's really slowed down for Boise, just like we saw last week. They started off strong. Fox Highwind broke out a 35-yard rush on a toss to the right. That happened last week. Slowed down from there. Same storyline so far here through 2 quarters. And here's a look at one of 4 total interceptions. That's the story of the game so far, Mike. Both quarterbacks threw 2 picks, but one of Stone's picks was picked off for a touchdown by Rosca Santagria, and that's the difference in the game right now.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. Rosca Santagria made a nice pick. Not really sure what Stone was looking at, and Santagria made a nice play as he ran it back 40 yards for the touchdown. I'd like to see a little bit more protection of the ball. I'd like to see a little bit more execution, and hopefully in the second half we can see some more scoring.
Spencer Gordon had one nice link up with Charlie Sweets. You're going to get a look at it here. Beat the coverage, plain and simple. Ronald Ryan, the nickel corner. plays safety most of the time, crashed in, and he hit Sweets on a corner route going over top of the coverage. And here's a look at the pick six. And as you say, not really sure what Ben Stone was looking for on this. Santagria breaks the tackle of Beth Horrell and coasts the rest of the way.
Yeah, I could watch that over and over again, and I'm sure Rosca Santagria, he'll be putting that one on the highlight reel tonight.
Kidding. And again, shout out to him for helping pull some double duty. We're thinking of our friend Mark Lopez. Shout out to him as well. And thoughts with Matt Martin as well, playing with a heavy heart today. Lost his father-in-law, and he's been slow to get on the field so far today, but kind of pales in comparison to everything else that he and his family are dealing with. So Mark Martin, if you're watching, we're thinking of you and your family in this time. Hope all of you are staying safe during this time as well. Thank you for spending your Wednesday afternoon here with us. Alongside Rosca Santagria and Cameron Irvine and my partner Mikey Proda, I'm Tim Hackett, getting ready to start the second half of play with Boise on top on the road, 14-6, the second game of our weekly Wednesday quadruple header. If you like this, don't worry, we've got 2 more games still to come later on this afternoon at 6 Eastern and at 8 Eastern. We'll have 2 more undefeated teams, and that's it after the end of 2 weeks of SFLm action. Birmingham kicks it off to start the second half, and Matt Iorio gets to the 25. This is about where Boise has started pretty much every time. Iorio is having a decent day returning the ball, and Boise will get the ball to start off with an 8-point lead.
Yeah, Tim, really appreciate you mentioned Mark Martin. We'd like to dedicate this game to him. I know Robert Garrett and the Mud Dogs are doing their best to pull off the victory. And he lost his father-in-law last night, and we just want you to know the SFL has the Martin family in our thoughts and prayers.
Said Mike, thank you. See if Martin gets involved here on the offense and the rest of the team does. Here's Gordon lofting it deep down the left sideline. There it is. Speak it into existence, Mike and Proda. Mark Martin open down the left seam, and he hauls in his first catch.
Yeah, Mark Martin right there. Beautiful catch. He went up high for that. The native out of Paxton, Illinois, making his presence felt. And we all like to see that happen to good people. And Mark Martin, good for you.
Through double coverage, Bob Funk, the top corner, and Geralt Winkler, the best free safety in the minor league. And a nice pass from Spencer Gordon. He's had a couple of those in this game, and a nice link up for Martin, his first catch of the game. Boise quickly out near towards midfield. 7 in the box for the Fuel. The handoff goes to Highwood, and he's stopped. Nice pressure and a loss of 3 on the tackle by Lorenzo Washington.
Yeah, great job by Washington. This Fuel team's doing a good job on defense. If they can cut the turnovers down and get their offense the ball back, they're going to give themselves a chance to get back into this game.
Washington with another stop. He's been busy so far this afternoon. Boise will bring out a couple of tight ends in the offset eye. The give to Highwind, running towards the weak side. Spin move from Highwind, and he gets out across midfield. A nice gain of 5 on second down.
Yeah, Robert Garrett Jr., the offensive coordinators, Jack Brown and Gabriel Manning. That's what they're looking for out of the number 1 ranked running back out of Tennessee.
Second ranked player in this whole class, and the top ranked running back, the number 1 rated running back. 3 points overall better than the number 2 man, Ezekiel Love, who's coming up later on this afternoon for Madison. Third down and 6 from midfield. They gave him 7 on second down. The pass over the middle is tipped and intercepted for the 3rd time. The Fuel come away with the pick. It's Geralt Winkler. He spins through a tackle, can't spin through another one. A touchdown saving play made by Charlie Sweets, but Geralt Winkler with another takeaway, and the Fuel are in business here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, what a great play by Geralt Winkler as he came in from his free safety position. The ball was tipped up in the air, and Winkler's given the spark that this Fuel is looking for.
For Corey Mustard once again, and Boise has used Mustard a whole lot. Not as much as I've said they have, but they've really tried to get him involved, and the pass was tipped out of his hands and right into the hands of Winkler. 3rd turnover today from Gordon. Stone has 2 of his own. He will come under center. First drive of the second half for the Fuel from the I formation. The handoff to Dillon, tries to crack outside, and he gets cracked. Nice tackle on the outside by Ricky Thornton, the cornerback, coming up and making the one-on-one TFL.
Ricky Thornton out of L.A. coming in from his cornerback position on the cornerback blitz. Read that all the way.
The show, Ricky Thornton, no doubt, out of L.A., tackled Dillon for a loss of 1. See what Stone can do here. 3 wides and a tight end. Dillon is the lone setback from midfield. 8-point game in the 3rd quarter. Late handoff. Dillon will run towards the right tackle, and again he's stopped. Nice pressure, and guess who? Nick Rhodes, the safety, comes up and makes the play. No gain.
Yeah, great job by Nick Rhodes. They knew in the first half that Micah Dillon was their primary offense, and now they're they're reading the run.
Woods has been a beast so far in this game. Somewhat quiet last week with only 5 tackles. Did have a pass breakup, but he's been huge in stopping the run so far this afternoon. Stone to pass on 3rd and 12, looking for Horrell. Horrell makes the catch for a gain of 5, but they needed 12. And so decision time here for Adam Wiseman. We've seen them be aggressive with Cappuccino, but Mike, with the ball on the 39-yard line, the definition of no man's land here.
Yeah, a little bit too far for Cappuccino. Stone didn't have much to work with, dumped it out to Horrell, and unfortunately, they're going to have to punt and try and pin this Mud Dog team inside the 5.
From across midfield is an art. Here comes Taylor Benjamin to try to pull it off. High punt angling towards the goal line, and it bounces at the 2, and it'll fall into the end zone. So it's going to be a net of, well, less than 25 here for Birmingham. So not the greatest result for Taylor Benjamin, and Boise will dodge a bullet. Birmingham couldn't turn that interception into any points.
Yeah, great job by the Mud Dog defense after the turnover. I felt like the Fuel might have Uncle Mo, who always seems to be a little bit fickle, swing their way, but the Mud Dogs weren't having any of that.
So Boise will take over once again. 1st and 10 from their own 20. Spencer Gordon after the pick will hand it off to Highwind, and he's blown up. Nice pressure by the linebacker, stopping Highwind for a loss of 2.
Yeah, big-time play by number 99, getting into the backfield. Finley James out of San Francisco. What a great play. Interesting, Tim. Finley James was once at a barbecue. He ate ribs with Icky Woods. He said Icky Woods was eating ribs like nobody's ever seen.
Somehow that doesn't surprise me. And a nice tackle by James playing like Icky Woods. And here comes Fox Highwind. Huge hole up the right guard. He breaks the tackle. He's got one man to beat. Fox Highwind all the way for 6. A look at the top running back in the SFLm. He shows you why.
Yeah, 82 yards to pay dirt. Fox Highwind says, forget about what happened in the past. Stop talking about Micah Dillon. The spotlight's on me, and I'm taking it all the way.
See exactly why he's got all of these high ratings. Shakes away from one tackler, Geralt Winkler, the best free safety in the league. Beats out Bob Funk, one of the best corners, and races the rest of the way. An 80-plus yard touchdown run. My goodness. Fox Highwind.
Yeah, great job by the offensive line. Great job by Butch Mehta to open up the hole. And as soon as Highwind got into the secondary, he put on the afterburners.
You steal on for the point after for the 3rd time today. 3rd time, snap it with 5. Good hold from Matt Blanton off a poor snap, and Steele knocks it through for the 3rd time today. Fox Highwind showing off the pedigree, showing off the hustle, and turns it into 6 from better than 80 yards away from the end zone. And Boise starting to pull away a little bit here. They lead by 15.
Yeah, interesting story about Fox Highwind, the number 1 ranked running back in the SFL minors. He told me that his grandfather made a family tree a long time ago, Tim, and he found out that his ancestors included Pocahontas and Ethan Allen. And I'm not talking about the furniture company. This Ethan Allen, his grandfather, he led the militia group called the Green Mountain Boys, that eventually would become Vermont during the American Revolution. So there, boys and girls, is your SFL history lesson of the day.
Thanks for the history lesson, brought to you by Mike and Proda. Ethan Allen, a underrated member of the Revolution era of American history. Going to go on record and say that right now. Now Birmingham is going to need to get out of their own way. They've only got 6 points. That's all they scored last week, and have been struggling to move the ball consistently here. Stone to throw on 1st down. The pass is tipped incomplete. He was looking for the wide receiver, Virgil Dent, actually. It's tipped away, but there's a penalty on the play. Check that. It was Mike Kelly on the target. There's going to be a penalty. Head down to see the call. It's going to be against Boise. Defensive pass interference. And a big break here maybe for Birmingham.
Yeah, Earl Garland got beat on the route. You could see him tugging on the wide receiver's shirt, and good old R6-2 caught him.
Earl Garland normally this nickel corner. Both of these teams run the nickel quite a bit. Birmingham runs it about as much as anybody that I saw last week, and they're going to get Garland the nickel corner for Boise on that one. There's a look at the day so far for Beth Horrell, and Ben Stone has really not been able to get anybody else involved consistently offensively through the air, at least. And as we mentioned, Micah Dillon has had a pretty solid game so far on the ground. 15-point game here in the third quarter. The give is to Dillon, and not a big gain there, maybe one before he stopped by Digger Graves.
Yeah, that's the same problem that Birmingham ran into last week against Ottawa, Tim. Beth Horrell was their lead receiver. She caught 6 passes on 8 targets, but surprisingly, no other wide receiver had more than 1 reception, and this is the way the game is kind of playing out right now.
Back the box, and again the handoff to Dillon. They keep feeding the beast. That was a much better gain. Give him 5 on second down. Stopped once again by Digger Graves, and if we're building an all-name team, Mike, Digger Graves is certainly on that list, along with the safeties on the other side.
Yeah, what a great name, Digger Graves. He actually got that name from an old war book. This gentleman works out in Afghanistan. That's where he is now. I asked him how he got that name, and he said the person in the book, the main character, was Nelson Graves, and they nicknamed him Digger, and that's how he named his player.
Stone launching it deep down the right seam. The pass is tipped and knocked incomplete. Looking for Zach Lay. Good coverage. 4th down and 4 coming up.
Yeah, great job by this Mud Dog defense. They've got the 15-point lead. They don't want to let up, and now they're starting to tighten up on the Fuel wide receivers.
Taylor Benjamin has been a busy man the last 2 weeks. Will stand inside his own 30 to punt it away. 6:06 left in the third quarter. Boise about to get the ball back with a 15-point lead. No pressure on the punt. High kick from Benjamin. Iorio waits, makes the catch inside the 20, and he's blown up immediately. More good special teams by both of these rosters, and Matt Iorio gets a return of maybe 1.
Yeah, I think if the Fuel want to give themselves a chance to come back in this game, they're going to have to rely on their defense, and putting Boise back inside the 20 is certainly a good start.
Iorio only had 4 total punt return yards on 3 attempts last week. All 4 of those came on 1 return. So both of these teams kind of need to get their return game sorted out, but decent field position here for Boise in a 15-point lead. The handoff to Highwind. We'll see what he can do as an encore, and Birmingham was ready for that. Gain of maybe 1. Nice tackle by Roger Law, the safety.
Yeah, I mean, they got to keep their eye on Highwind after that long 82-yard run. They don't want to let him bust off another one. So now they're tightening up, and they're pulling everybody up inside the box.
Oh, it's 6 tackles a week ago. The native of Corvallis, big Oregon State fan, kind of naturally, I suppose. A nice tackle there, limiting Highwind to a gain of 2. Again, the give to Highwind. 1 cutback back to the interior, and a nice move on second down for Fox Highwind. Give him 4. He stopped that time by Ronald Ryan, the nickel corner.
Yeah, Highwind starting to fill it. A little nifty move on the juke, and he picked up 6.
Second game of our Wednesday quadruple header. Game 3 coming up at 6. The Madison Lynx at the Lincoln Rattlesnakes, a pair of 0-1 teams. And then the San Jose Flight at the Ottawa Cavalry, a pair of 1-0 teams to close out the slates. Gordon looking to the far side, and the pass is tipped away. Nice work by Bob Funk. One-on-one coverage, and the top cornerback from the Fuel wins the battle.
Yeah, Bob Funk, stride for stride with the wide receiver. Tried to loft it over his head, and he wasn't having any of that as he deflected it to the ground.
Play by Funk, who already has a pick in this game, and Boise will have to punt it away with less than 5 minutes left in the third.
Good job by the Fuel defense.
Response, they try to get the ball back, and they nearly blocked the punt from the new man, Cameron Collier. Quintero will set up shop at the 35, and he spins out across the 40. A nice return of about 5 for Quintero. And important drive here, I think, Mike, for Birmingham, down by 15, less than 5 to go in the third. Offense has struggled through most of the game. Big opportunity for them here.
Yeah, they got to get something going. It's starting to get down where time is not their friend. So we really would like to see the Fuel put something together here, and hopefully they can put up 6.
Stone under center. He's got 3 men in the backfield and only 1 wide receiver out wide. Boise will pack the box in response. Late handoff right side to Dillon, running around the right tackle, and he gets maybe 1. Trying to run around the right tackle, the right tackle, that's Elvis Lacoste, with Kelly Schwinger pulling around the other way, no gain.
Yeah, good job by the defense. It looks like the Fuel are going to stick with their game plan. They're going to keep giving it to Dillon. But I think Boise's going to be all over this.
Wides out now to the left for Stone. Directly under center once again. We'll drop back, looking towards the left side. The pass is high, tipped in. It falls incomplete. It was in the defensive back's lap. It was tipped twice, and Rosca Santagria could have had another interception.
Yeah, great job by the defense. Stone tried to fire it in, but Rosca Santagria was there to knock it away. It tipped up into the air. I thought he might come away with a second one, but he's just a little too late.
Thomas Smith, who had another crack at that interception, he had one earlier in this game as well, and it falls harmlessly incomplete. A new life here for the Fuel. 3rd down and 9 from their own 41. 5 wides and a tailback for Stone. Snap is high. Stone looking towards the right side as a receiver wide open, and the pass is hauled in. It's Zach Lay, big catch for him, and that moves the chains. Birmingham into enemy territory.
Yeah, that'll breathe a little life into this Birmingham offense. Zach Lay wasn't able to make the reception on the last play, but he hauled that one in there, and now the Fuel are in range.
Second catch of the day for Lay, holding just a couple last week. Big play to move the chains here for the Fuel on 3rd down and long. It's a good look at Lay as he moves out to the right side of the trip set on the right side of the screen, the top part of your screen. Watching at home here in the SFL Minor League, Week 2, Game 2. Stone from under center, short drop, has a man. It's Quintero on an out route on the far sideline. The pass is caught for an 8-yard gain. First catch of the game for Quintero.
Yeah, here comes Ben Stone. This is exactly what Adam Weissman was looking for. The offense is starting to click now.
Stone completed 58% of his passes last week, 21 of 36, exactly 150 yards. Didn't throw a touchdown, did throw a pick. Add a couple more to that ledger so far here today. He's looked sharper here on this drive, that one missed interception aside, I suppose. Birmingham will pack the house here on 2nd down and 2. From the I formation, Stone under center, and off to Dillon. Good hole down the right side, and that hole blows up, but Dillon is still able to power through and get a gain of 2 before he's stopped by Gary Marks.
Yeah, the Fuel got a nice spot there. 1st and 10 from the 29. Let's see if they can keep it going.
They're able to stop Dillon, but they gave him forward progress. You see that yellow line, the magic of television telling you where Dillon needed to get to, and he just barely was able to do so. 3 wide receiver set here for Stone. Good pressure. Pass is caught as a receiver wide open past the 1st down line. Birmingham continues to move the chains. It's Quintero again. Makes another catch, his 2nd of the day.
Great crossing route over the middle by Riley Quintero. Ben Stone has been pinpoint on this drive, Tim. His passing's been accurate. They're gaining nice chunks of yardage, but now he's got to be careful. Now they're getting closer to the end zone, and in this situation, the field's condensed, so he's got to really be careful here.
Tackled by Garland after Quintero was able to smoke Thornton coming in on the in cut. 1st down and 10 from the 16-yard line here for Birmingham. Our best drive of the day so far. Trips to the left and 1 wide out to the right for Stone. Dillon is the tailback. Short drop back for Stone. Quick pass out towards the right sideline, and it's hauled in out there by Frederick Vernon. His first catch of the game, a gain of 4.
Yeah, Ben Stone's taking exactly what the defense is giving him. Positive yardage. They keep moving the ball forward, and this is a nice drive that they've put together here to get it down to the 13.
Their best drive of the game, no doubt about it. We've settled for 2 field goals, including one of better than 50 yards for Cappuccino. There's a look at Vernon, his first catch of the afternoon. Again, Birmingham will pack it in. A couple of tight ends to Stone's left. The running backs go in the I formation. Hand off to Dillon. Breaks through the first hit, but Marks is able to wrench down Micah Dillon for a gain of 2.
Yeah, the big guard, Ramon Grande, just signed this week. Picked up nice yards by Micah Dillon, created the hole, and they'll keep moving the ball.
I'll tell you how important that signing of Ramon Grande could prove to be for this Birmingham team. Gave up 5 sacks last week. They haven't had to pass too much this week. We haven't had to see him hold up in pass pro too much, but he's been solid so far in the run game. 3rd down and 4 from the 10. Stone back to pass, looking far sideline. Pass is caught by Quintero, and he gets out across the 5-yard line. The Fuel continuing to fire. They move down the field and get another 1st down.
Great job by Stone. Great job by Quintero. He knew exactly where the 1st down marker was. Stone put it on the money, and now it's 1st and goal.
Drive for the other wide receivers on this Birmingham team. We've talked a lot about Beth Horrell, but now 3 catches on this drive for Quintero, 1 for Lay, and Birmingham. 1st down and goal from inside the 5. They spot him at the 4. Three-back set. Horrell is the wide receiver to the near side. Stone, the handoff to Dillon, trying to run right tackle, and he's blown up. Nice pressure by JoJo Shalizzi. Actually, it's Gerald Towns, the backup defensive tackle, blowing up Dillon for a loss of 2.
Yeah, great job by Towns to bust through the line. Made the hit on Dillon for a loss.
Boise worked down their depth chart here today. Nice pressure from Towns. And now Birmingham will spread it out. 4 wides. Second down and goal from the 6. Stone calls out some marching orders. Looks over the middle. The pass is dropped. Mike Kelly was open, and he couldn't haul it in. Third down.
Wow, Stone put it right on the money. I think Kelly was surprised that Stone picked him out. He was wide open, and he just couldn't make the play.
Was wide open, wasn't he? And we've talked about the other wide receivers on this team, if you will. There's another one. Mike Kelly was not able to pull that one off. So third down and goal now from the 6. 3 wides in the offset I formation here for Ben Stone. Birmingham needs this. Less than a minute to go in the quarter. Pass over the middle, and it's hauled in this time for 6. Riley Quintero. It was his drive, and he caps it off with a 6-yard touchdown. That's the first touchdown in Birmingham Fuel history.
Congratulations, Ben Stone. Congratulations, Riley Quintero. Well deserved. You worked hard for that. And Quintero just comes in on the slant. Stone puts it where Quintero is the only one that could make the catch. And that's their first touchdown of the season.
Lay was able to run some interference, taking the inside corner away from that throw from Stone. But honestly, Nick Rhodes had a shot at it, and Stone was able to put it down low, and Quintero with the sliding catch, able to haul it in underneath the outstretched arms of Nick Rhodes. Really good drive for the Fuel. Cappuccino on for the PAT, and he knocks it through. And it's a 1-score game, Mike. 41 seconds left in the third, and it's an 8-point game.
Yeah, the game didn't start out this way, but it's certainly going to look like it's going to end this way. We've got a good one on our hands. That's exactly what this game needed, and Birmingham is back in the game.
Really strong drive for Riley Quintero. Did not have a catch before that drive. He pulls in a couple. I've got him at 4 on that drive, and of course caps it off with a 6-yard score. Cappuccino to kick it off. Iorio fields at his 5. 5 blockers ahead of him, and Iorio can't shake through. Nice play by Birmingham's number 92, Miles Carter, the backup defensive end, stonewalling Iorio once again.
Yeah, this Fuel team has some renewed energy. They're flying around now.
If Boise can respond. Sywin, you get a good look at him shaking off after a poor game last week, it must be said. Averaged just 2 yards per carry. It's not good in anybody's book. You know he knows it, and he's clearly been working hard this week to get back. He's got over 100 yards rushing. They'll give it to him here. A spin move, and then he's trucked. Nice hit by Geralt Winkler, the free safety, but still a good gain on first down for Highwind.
Yeah, I think as the third quarter comes to a close, you're going to start seeing a heavy dose of Highwind running behind that big tackle, Butch Menor, just so that way they can chew away the clock.
Within 100 yards rushing for Highwind. Of course, a lot of them came on that long touchdown run of, 81 yards or so on earlier on in this quarter. 5 seconds left in the period. Boise will get a playoff. They'll give to Highwind running around the center this time, and he stopped for a gain of 2. Nice tackle by Richie Cincinnati, the defensive end, and that brings us to the end of the third quarter. We've got a game on our hands, folks. It's an 8-point lead with the Mud Dogs on top. This is the SFL Minor League on YouTube. Thanks so much for joining us here this afternoon. Tim Hackett, Mike Improto with Raska Santagria and Cameron Irvine. Happy to be on the call here with you this afternoon. Boise on top by 8 with the ball as we start quarter number 4. Game 2 of week 2 of the SFLm. Gordon, plenty of time, now sees the time run out. He'll swing it deep down the middle of the field, and the pass is tipped away, and it falls incomplete. Geralt Winkler could have and really should have picked that one off, Mike.
Wow, Gordon had all day long to pick out any receiver.
Pressure coming in from Cincinnati. Deep down the middle of the field, and just tipped out of the hands of Geralt Winkler. It's tough to really explain that one. He had Sweets wide open down the left seam. Running right down, and Winkler rises up, knocks it away. The secondary for Birmingham has been much improved compared to last week. We mentioned how much their defense struggled working against Kevin Say and this Ottawa Cavalry offense from a week ago. Say gashed them to the tune of nearly 100 yards, and Highwind is at it again on the ground here for Boise, but pass defense has been much improved compared to last week. And so Cameron Collier, the new man, will come on to punt it away. It's fielded at the 35 by Quintero, and he gets out across the 40 to about the 42.
Great job by the field defense. Great job to get the ball back. They did what they needed to do. Let's see if Stone can put together a nice drive and get them to inch closer and get themselves back in the game.
All right, I cut you off there, Mike. Still trying to sort out some technical difficulties on my end. It's better than last week, which is all I could ask for, but still not quite 100%, so sorry about that on my end. But we'll get it going, see if Birmingham can get it going. They'll hand off to Micah Dillon on first down. A good look at what he's done today, 78 yards on 27 carries, and he picks up 6 there on first down.
Yeah, great job by the field to just scratch and claw and get themselves back into this game, and that's exactly what they're doing right now, mixing it up with the arm of Stone and on the legs of Dillon. Let's see if they can put something together here, Tim.
3-point game in the fourth quarter. It's been a slugfest. It's been a dogfight, whatever other expression you want to use, but been a good game overall. They hand off to Dillon. He tries to slash right. And a nice pursuit tackle made by JoJo Shalizzi. First time we've really called his name. The East Brunswick, New Jersey native stops Dillon for a gain of 1.
Yeah, great job by Shalizzi. Dillon was dancing in the backfield. He tried to hit the first hole, didn't see anything there. He tried to bounce it to the outside, but Shalizzi was there to make the stop.
He had only 1 sack in their game last week against San Jose, and that came courtesy of Shalizzi. 3rd down and 3. Stone will fling it out to Dillon coming out of the backfield in the fuel. Pick up a first down. Needed 3, got 6.
What a difference a half makes. Ben Stone looking really sharp in the 3rd and 4th quarter. Didn't see anything downfield. Flipped it out to the left to Dillon. And again, moved the chains for another Birmingham Fuel first down.
Tackle by Gary Marks, who's close to double digits, if not over that by this point already for the 2nd straight week. But Dillon is still able to get out across. That was a good decision by Ben Stone to try to check it down to his halfback, and Dillon does the rest. Fresh set of downs from the 44. Birmingham out across midfield here in the 4th quarter. Looking over the middle, the pass is hauled in. Beth Horrell near the line to gain. They'll stop her a yard short. Nice tackle there by 54 for Boise.
Yeah, Beth Horrell.
It's Jerry Nicholas, the backup linebacker.
Great job by Horrell. She runs route very precisely, Tim. And Stone hit her over the middle. Nice gain of 9.
First time we've called her name in a little while, though, Mike. She gets back in on the offense after she was pretty busy in the first half. 2nd down and 1. It's a straight draw for Micah Dillon running right guard, and he gets the first down. Needed 1, got 2.5, maybe 3. Stopped by Nick Rhodes, the ever-present on the run plays, but Dillon is still able to get enough to move the chains.
Yeah, Dillon doing his best job to become the workhorse. Only 3 yards a carry, but right now this is exactly what they need. When they have 2nd and short, they'll give it to Dillon, and if he picks up 3, they'll take it.
Say it enough. And Micah Dillon has been a revelation so far in this game, and it'll be a good option for them going forward. On first down, another sliding catch made by Riley Quintero. Couple of those he's made in this game, and that's good enough for a first down.
Yeah, on the receiving end of things, Riley Quintero really coming out of his own here as he just slants right across the middle and makes a nice sliding catch.
I was about to say if Stone was able to keep Quintero upright, he might have gotten more yards, but in fact, if he kept Quintero upright, he would have been blown up by the safety Rhodes. So ends up being a safe sliding catch and a gain of 10. First down from just outside the red zone. 4 wides, pass is caught over the middle on a shallow cross by Lay, and Zach Lay barrels forward for a gain of 9.
Yeah, I think Boise's starting to play back a little bit as Stone is just picking them apart. He'll take it underneath. There's plenty of time, and if they keep getting positive yardage, Adam Weiss would be very pleased with the way this offense has started to pick itself up.
Stone getting everybody involved here. We've seen all the deeper cuts on the wide receiver depth chart. Now his top 3 have all made catches so far on this drive. 2nd down and 1 from the 12. Once again, they hand off to Dillon. Cuts around right tackle. Micah Dillon charges forward. He gets all the way down to the 3-yard line. Gary Marks keeps him out of the end zone, but another big gain on 2nd and short for Dillon.
Yeah, you could see a nice block by Alex LeGrove, the fullback, that opened up the hole for Dillon, and a great pickup to get him down to the 3.
For a baseball player, a home run hitting back so far today, Mike. We know he's a pitcher, the pride of Campbell University. Go Camels, but moonlighting here as a football player. He's clearly got a future in this league if this keeps up. Birmingham knocking on the door. They give to the other tailback. It's Cairo Martinez, his first carry of the game. I should have said the other tailback, not the other fullback, but either way, Martinez is stopped for no gain.
Yeah, Cairo Martinez needs to give Micah Dillon a little bit of a breather. Thought they might catch the Mud Dog defense off guard, but they were up for the challenge.
Martinez started last week, and as we said, teams switch backs when they have 2-star backs on the roster, so it's been Dillon's show here today. They'll give on the left side, and the running back is stonewalled for no gain once again. Was that the fullback? Couldn't tell, but either way, nice pressure by Gerald Towns once again making the stop on the goal line.
Yeah, great job by Towns, great job by Clay Jones. They're reading the run right now, and this goal line defense is coming up big. 3rd down.
And Towns and Kane, both backup defensive linemen, are in on this play for Boise. 3rd down and goal from the 1. Again, the give to Martinez, and again, Martinez is stopped at the goal line. 3 straight goal line stops for this Boise defense, and a decision here coming up for Adam Wiseman in the fuel.
Wow, Nick Rhodes coming up with the biggest play of the game, and the ball sits on the goal line. What does Adam Weissman do here?
Going to bring out Nico Cappuccino. I'm going to ask you for your perspective on this after this, Mike, but it's going to be an ultimate chip shot here for Cappuccino. We saw him hit from better than 50 earlier on, and this is as close as field goals come. Less than 6 minutes to go in an 8-point game. Cappuccino's chip shot is good. His 3rd made field goal of the game, and Birmingham brings it to within 5. But, Mike, they were on the goal line. Do you kick it there in an 8-point game?
Wow, tough decision there, Tim. I think Weissman's happy to come away with the points, but certainly disappointed it wasn't more than 3. I think I might have gone for the 4th down play. I might have gone for it, tried to punch it in, and then rely on my 2-point team to try and convert. But there's 5:28 left. Anything can happen.
Still plenty of time. You're exactly right. No need to chase points, I guess. Iorio on the return, spins to the 25, and no further. Still a 5-point game, and Boise has gone a little bit quiet offensively here in the second half, Mike. They're going to need to start to get it going as Birmingham has been able to battle back.
Yeah, I think they're going to start to have to maybe pass a little bit more with Gordon. I know they want to give it to Highwind to run this clock down, but they certainly can't give the ball back to the Fuel as they've really been on a roll. And only down by 5 now. Boy's going to have to create an opportunity for a few first downs.
The pistol. Gordon will give to Fox Highwind, and he runs around the right tackle for a gain of a couple. That's Harryhausen, the best name on the offensive line that I've seen so far. Yeah, he's a backup, but hey, Harryhausen, the Monsters Inc. super fan in me, Mike, loves to see that, and he helps pave the way for a gain of 3 for Highwind.
Yeah, the big 6'5" man, 280 pounds. He's certainly a monster, along with 310 up on the front with Butch Menner, and gave Highwind an opportunity to go around the edge.
Likely, but I'm hoping now the final score is 23-19. Highwind now will run around the left guard, powering up towards the line to gain, and they will say he's inches short, stopped by Rolger Law before he can cross the line.
Wow, that's a tough spot. I thought Highwind might have picked up the yards to gain, but again, the referee just putting the ball short of the marker. This is a big play right here for the Fuel.
Good Horrell out to help Law make the stop. 3rd down and inches from their own 36-yard line. Gordon will take his time. We'll see if he tries to get the defense to jump. Nope, they'll snap it. Highwind gets the carry, and he's blown up. Stopped for a huge loss by Vernard Patterson, the top defensive tackle in the minor leagues. Comes through with a big play on 3rd down.
Yeah, the native out of Norfolk, Virginia, makes the biggest play of the game for the Birmingham Fuel. That's exactly what they needed. He's giving his team a chance to get the ball and hopefully come down and score and take the lead.
Time play for Vernard Patterson, and that is the reason why you have these top defensive tackles. Literally every other star defensive tackle in this league is rated the same. Patterson is heads and shoulders above the rest of the class, and he comes through in the clutch there. Cameron Collier, the new punter, back on to do the job once again. Good kick here, fielded by Quintero at the 30. The coverage team does its job as well. Good special teams, really, Mike, by both sides so far today, and a good kick from Collier, good coverage. Birmingham will start from its own 31, down by 5 with 3.5 to go.
Yeah, I think Ben Stone, he really doesn't care where they get the ball right now. He's been feeling good this second half, and he's ready to get out there to take his team down the field. Let's see what he can do to put some things together.
Stone has been really solid in the second half. Birmingham is much improved. See what Stone can do as they try to complete the comeback. On first down, they'll hit Quintero on the out route. Good tackle. Minimize the damage by Nathan Woodyard, actually, 26. The backup corner, stopping Quintero for a gain of 6. Birmingham will go hurry up here. That's worked for them before. Stone flings it out to Dillon coming out of the backfield. Dillon lowers the shoulder, picks up 5, and another fresh set of downs here for Birmingham. The no-huddle offense is working for the Fuel.
Yeah, this is great. They got to keep the Boise Mud Dogs back on their heels, but not right there.
So much for that. Stone is blown up. Nice pressure by Gary Burney, the former college player. Blows up Stone for a loss of 7. They're still going to hurry up, though. 4 wides here for Stone. Looking for a quick out again. It's caught by Quintero, a gain of just 2. Nice tackle again by Nathan Woodyard, the cover corner. And now it's 3rd down and 15. Suddenly this hurry up is not working for Birmingham. Stone, a deep drop on 3rd down and 15 under pressure. Steps and throws down the middle of the field, and the pass is tipped away incomplete. Great work by Thomas Smith, the safety. You see the defensive lineman there. Check that. It's Clay Jones, the middle linebacker, in on the pressure to help Stone force the issue.
Yeah, Stone didn't really have a chance. It was 3rd and 15. He had to go long, but the Mud Dogs were all over that as Stone was forced to throw into triple coverage.
That one play on defense by Gary Burney and the rest of the defensive front just completely uprooted that drive for Birmingham. They're going to have to pump the ball away with 2:35 left in regulation, trailing by 5.
Crunch time, Tim.
Yeah, it's crunch time indeed. Taylor Benjamin on for the punts, fielded by Iorio inside his own 30, and maybe gets 1. The coverage on both sides has been excellent, as we just said, and Iorio with another small gain. And now Boise will start off 1st and 10 from their own 27.
Boise's going to be giving it to Highwind. That's the man I'm putting my money on.
Doubt for them more often than not so far in this game. His progression from week 1 to week 2, both literally and metaphorically, has been evidence. For Fox Highwind, they'll give it to him here on first down, runs around left tackle, and a big gain on first down for Highwind. Nice push by Martin Murphy, pushing out from the right guard spot to help pave the way for a gain of 9.
Yeah, Fox Highwind disappointing in his production, as we mentioned last week. Only 50 yards on 25 carries. Today, he's fired up. He smells victory.
Doesn't have to run another play before the 2-minute warning if they don't want to, and they will not. Gordon just now gets under center, and that brings us to the 2-minute warning. It's a 5-point lead for the Mud Dogs. You're watching the Simulation Football Minor League on YouTube. Appreciate you joining us here this afternoon. A really good game. A pair of 0-1 teams, but Mike, at the risk of overstating the obvious, this is a critical game for both sides. If you lose, you fall to 0-2, and an 8-game season, that could be the death knell. Not necessarily, but it could. More on that after this play. 2nd down and 1. The give to Highwind. Breaks through a tackle and is able to force himself across the line to gain for a first down. Birmingham calls a timeout. They needed to. 1:57 left in the game.
Yeah, Tim, getting back to your point, I could not agree with you more. When there's only 8 teams in the league, it's only an 8-week season, and a quarter of it's gone, and you don't have a victory on the board, you start to fall into that hole where week 3 is an absolute must-win, and neither of these two teams want to be in that position.
Critical first down there for Boise. Birmingham is going to need a couple of stops here. From the I formation, Boise will pack the box as well. Give to Highwind, running left guard. Big hole for Fox Highwind, wrenched down by Bob Funk. Birmingham immediately calls the timeout. They take 4 seconds and they get 5 yards. Good trade-off.
Yeah, we've called his name quite a few times. Butch Menner, 6'3", 310 pounds. He's doing his job in the trenches.
One other thing to add to that previous point, Mike, that I'm with you, that next week becomes pretty much a must-win for whoever loses today. But think of it this way. If both of these teams finish, say, 4-4, then whoever wins this game would have the tiebreak in the late season situation if we get to that point. Now, that's looking weeks, months down the line, but you never know. That could come into play as well. Highwind gets the carry, and he drops the ball. It's picked up by Cortland Neal, the right tackle. That could have been catastrophic for Boise. Highwind barely was touched, coughed up the football, but the right tackle, Cortland Neal, saves the day.
Wow, that was almost a break that the Fuel needed. And right there, the big tackle, Cortland Neal, was aware, he was alert, he pounced on the ball, and he might have just saved the game for the Mud Dogs.
Didn't see him get touched, but we'll leave that. Great awareness by Cortland Neal, the big right tackle at 6'7". Now Gordon will take his time. 95 seconds left in the game. Play clock at 5. They'll snap it. And off to Highwind, and he's blown up. Nice play by Lorenzo Washington. And another thing on that last play, Birmingham didn't even have to use another timeout, so they will use their third timeout here with 1:29 left in regulation.
Great job by the Fuel defense, giving their offense an opportunity to get back on the field. A minute 29, that's plenty to come down and put some points on the board and hopefully give their team an opportunity to win the game.
So Cameron Collier in his first game as a Mud Dog comes on to try to flip the field. He's been pretty good so far today. He'll take his time. Clock is stopped because of the last timeout. They'll snap with 10. Good pressure. Collier is able to get the punt away. Quintero fields inside his own 20. Slips around one tackle. Can't get through the second wave. A decent return of about 5 for Quintero. Birmingham will start from their own 25. 80 seconds left in the game. No timeouts. Down by 5.
Whoa, Tim. Good job by the Mud Dog special teams. Quintero made a sidestep. I thought he might have found a little hole, and if he had gotten past that second defender, he had a lot of room to run.
Look at Ben Stone. He's been very solid in this second half. They'll start out with 4 wides and a tight end. 5-point game, 80 seconds left in regulation. Both of these teams trying to secure their first win. Stone pump fakes, fires over the middle, and the pass is hauled in. Nice link up to Benji Matson in his first game in Birmingham. He picks up a gain of 15 or so, and they move the chains. Stone back to pass again, looking for Lay on a shallow cross. Lay hauls it in, a gain of 9. Once again, the Fuel looking to work this hurry up. This worked for them for a little bit earlier in the game. 4 wides at a tight end once again on 2nd and 1. 50 seconds left in the game. Stone has all day, fires over the middle, and it's somehow hauled in. How do they make that catch? It's Riley Quintero, an all-time second half for Quintero. And now Stone is going to hustle up to the line and try to spike it, and he does so with 40 seconds left.
Great job by the Fuel. Great job by Ben Stone, just picking this Mud Dog defense apart. And man, they moved the ball quickly down to the Boise 39.
With you, Fox Highwind, in the chat, I didn't see Cortland Neal, the tackle, go down on that last play on the fumble recovery, but hey, that's in the past now. The Boise defense is going to need a lockdown. Birmingham offense is moving. They're across midfield from the other 39-yard line. 3 wides, a tailback, and a tight end for Stone in a 5-point game. 40 seconds left, 2nd down and 10 after the spike. Stone to pass, looking out of the near side. It's caught by Dillon coming out of the backfield, and Micah Dillon somehow stays in bounds for a couple of extra yards. Ushered out there by Nick Rhodes, the safety. A gain of 18 through the air for Micah Dillon.
Wow, this kid Ben Stone has really come alive here in the second half. Dumped it off to Dillon, had some running room, and great awareness by Dillon to pick up as many yards as he could and get out of bounds to stop the clock. 33 seconds left to go. They're on the Boise 24. Tim, this is putting me on the edge of my seat.
I'm already standing up. I'll tell you that right now. Frederick Vernon, the backup wide receiver, helped pave the way to help Dillon get a couple of extra yards. 3 wide receivers to the right and an empty backfield here for Ben Stone. 5-point game, 33 seconds left in regulation time. Stone against a 4-man rush. Looking over the middle, the pass is tipped and incomplete. It could have been picked off by Earl Garland, the nickelback. That would have sealed the game. Instead, it falls harmlessly to the turf.
Yeah, Stone looking to go back to his old reliable player that he's been hitting across the middle. Riley Quintero on the slant. And I think Garland has finally woken up. He stepped right in front and made a nice play to knock it down.
5 combined interceptions so far in this game. That could have been number 6 to seal the game. Instead, Birmingham gets another new lease on life. 3 wides, a tight end, and a tailback here for Stone. 30 seconds left. Looking out to the far side, it's Beth Horrell. Tries to stay in bounds, but she is ushered out there by Rosca Santagria. Gain of 7 still, and they stop the clock.
Yeah, Beth Horrell up to 71 yards, makes a nice play, took what she could take, got out of bounds, and this will be a big 3rd down play here for the Fuel.
Really solid game for one of the top wide receivers in the minor league. Horrell picks up 7 on 2nd down, so 3rd down and 3, and as you say, a big play here for Birmingham. 3rd down and 3 from the 17, down by 5. Less than 30 seconds left in regulation. Trips out to the right, 1 wide out to the left for Stone. He's directly under center. Quick drop back, feels the pressure, flips it off to Dillon. Dillon has a lot of ground to make up, and he will not. He's blown up in the backfield for a loss of 1. Nice tackle by Earl Garland, the cover corner. Now 4th down and 4. Here comes the game. 12 seconds left in regulation. Stone takes his time, drops back, fires, looking for Horrell, and the pass falls incomplete. Stone's pass was too high, and not even Beth Horrell was going to be able to jump up and make that play. Clay Jones on the coverage. Boise takes over on downs.
Great job by the Boise Mud Dogs defensive line. They forced Stone to get it away a little bit quicker than he wanted to. It came out high, and the Fuel are just going to fall short by 5 points. They were that close.
They were that close. One or two plays on that drive go differently, and they're still going. That pass sails just a little bit too high. Beth Horrell, 6'6", isn't going to be able to come up with it. Spencer Gordon could take a knee, and Boise survives a furious second-half comeback by the Birmingham Fuel. The Mud Dogs right the ship. They improve to 1-1. Birmingham will fall to 0-2. The final score in Alabama this afternoon, Boise 21, Birmingham 16.
Yeah, great job by the away team to hang on to that victory. The Fuel really started to apply pressure. The offense started to click. I thought Ben Stone really found his way in the second half. Unfortunately, just came up short as the ball sailed over Beth Horrell's head on 4th down. And the Boise Mud Dogs survive here in Birmingham.
5 combined interceptions, including 1 pick six. You get a look at the first one there from Gerald Winkler, the safety for Birmingham. Fuel were down big at the half, Mike, but they continue to battle back. Here's a look at that 1 interception here for Boise, and we weren't sure if Birmingham was going to be able to get off the mat. They scored just 6 points, no touchdowns a week ago, but they were able to really battle back in this game. And as you say, Ben Stone's second half emergence, a huge reason why.
Yeah, I mean, they got to take some positives away from this game, and certainly Ben Stone will be happy when they take a look at the film and they look at his performance in the 3rd and 4th quarter. But unfortunately, when they look back at the 1st and 2nd quarter, Adam Weissman and his offense is going to have to go back to the drawing board and certainly find a way to find a victory. As we mentioned earlier today, they certainly do not want to go down 0-3.
And Mike, give us your call. Who is your player of the game this afternoon?
Well, both teams played really well. Both defenses were great. But my money's on Fox Highwind. He broke off that 82-yard run to pay dirt. And I think that will probably give him the player of the game.
Here we go. You're 1 for 1 so far this season, Mike. Oh, the anticipation is killing me. Here we go. Fox Highwind. You're 2 for 2, Mike and Proda. Bookmakers, hire this man. And pro teams, draft this man, Fox Highwind, 147 rushing yards, including that massive touchdown of 80-plus yards. And Fox Highwind, after a poor game in Week 1, he's on everybody's map here after Week 2.
Everybody's singing Rocky Top in Chattanooga, Tim.
Mike, your final thoughts as Boise holds on for the win in Week 2.
Tim, my final thoughts are, thank you for allowing the SFL into your living rooms. Now allow the SFL into your dreams.
Thinking about this one even into our dreams tonight, Mike. Thanks so much for joining us this afternoon, wherever you've been joining us from. For our producer, Cameron Irvine, our stats man, Roska Santagria, and my partner, Mike Proda. I've been Tim Hackett. We'll see you next time. Until then, so long.